Hey everybody! Hi!
Hi!
It's us.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm GeoQuester. This is SusieQ, as she decides to
One
duck
and
behind
only.
things, everything. Um, Welcome to our first time attempting to live stream a camera. We've never done this. It's going to be a little strange, a little weird. Next time there will be some additional graphics and other stuff to kind of get us all started up.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
for right now, this is the way it goes. So, welcome to season 3, episode 1 of Legends and Lore, which was formerly known as Game Masters 911, which is a tabletop talk show about tabletop RPGs. And well, let me know out there in chat land right now if you can hear me well enough, if you can hear Susie well enough, if you can see Susie well enough, because she has to kind of come on screen a little bit more. You gotta lean the other direction there, sweet cheeks.
Ah!
Yeah,
Right,
that way.
all right.
So we're trying. We don't have a studio so much anymore. We're trying to get ourselves prepared for that. But we're here to answer your questions. And today's episode, we are going to be talking about streaming and tabletop gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. yeah. Well, yeah. Half of her face is it was missing.
Was
Was
not
missing.
anymore.
Yep. So be sure to grab your cup of coffee or wine or what have you.
Yep.
And sit back, relax, and if you have any questions, be sure to chime in at any point in time. As you can see, Susie and I are utilizing the same computer, and we're going to be going through a couple of different changes as things go on. As you've seen down below, we do have a schedule put up. That schedule no longer exists. Things are changing now. The fall's here. We have a lot of stuff that we have to change over. But the first one that we have to change over is what the schedule looks like. Monday nights at 9 o'clock. This is all Eastern time, by the way. We have Legends and Lore, which is what the show is right now that you're watching. It used to be on Thursday nights, but we were competing with Critical Role, and there's no competing with Critical Role in the D&D category. So we've decided, let's change things up a little bit. On Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock, we are doing dungeon design, where we draw dungeons, we make maps, we talk about game design. Wednesday nights, we are continuing with the Tales from the Yawning Portal with the Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which at this point in time, we want to be able to give a shout out to our friends Dave, Doug, and Chris, who are down in Florida. They live in Florida. They've been getting smacked around by Irma pretty bad, and from everything we've heard so far, though, they're all safe. They're all good right now. So we'll keep everybody updated. We're not sure what's going to be going on with this Wednesday's game, but as of this moment, we are still playing. Go ahead.
Stay safe, guys. Let us know when you're okay. The whole 9 yards. We got a lot of gamers down in Texas, which just got hit by Harvey. So I'm hoping all you guys are safe and just take care of yourselves first. A lot of our gamers are in Florida. They're getting hit pretty friggin' hard right now. So stay safe, guys. Just God, stay safe.
Right now, we are in the Forge of Fury. Actually, I'm running the Forge of Fury. We're taking turns. Each one of us is a streamer in the Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Each one of us is a game master. And each of us is taking a different turn for each one of the modules. Doug Davison, the president of Smiteworks, who are the creators of Fantasy Grounds, took the first leg in Sunless Citadel. I'm taking the second leg in Forge of Fury, which we are nearly done with Forge of Fury. We might have one, maybe two more game sessions, depending on how they milk it. Duffy from Praetor's Rejects is doing the next one, which is Hidden Shrine of Tamachan. He's going to be doing that one next, and he's actually making it Chult flavored to go along with the Tomb of Annihilation, which I'll be talking about towards the end of today's episode. But, okay, so Fridays, as people saw this last Friday, we have the return of Return of the Wraithborn. They had their mid-season break over the summer, and now they're back. and some really crazy shit has happened. You can check it out. You can check it out in the VODs here on Twitch, or you can go over to our YouTube channel. Just type YouTube in the chat, and you'll get a link. From there, we have nothing planned for this Saturday. I do run a game every other Saturday, but this Saturday is off. And then I may be playing, maybe Susie and I or maybe not playing in a game Saturday evening with FSH Schmo over on his channel.
Yep.
And
Satanic Panic.
Yep, Satanic Panic. And then Sunday at 1 o'clock, we have the return of Blood of the Crown, who have been off for about a month and a half, 2 months at this point. So they're in the middle of getting their asses handed to them in a temple full of Huan Ti. So we'll see what's going on there. We love the Disparate Adventures. It's really interesting, and I kind of took that idea for our Legacy game, which is on Saturday, every other Saturday night at 8 o'clock. And I'm doing the same thing with a bunch of different adventure modules that have a better link to them than those do. So, but all right, let's get right into our questions at this point. We have, I don't know, 8, 9 questions sitting here, and we're going to have a discussion about streaming and virtual tabletop gaming. Go ahead.
I think we should start. Oh, all right. So VTT streaming. How much screen real estate should the VTT have versus cams and other things on screen? I think this really varies from like GM to GM.
Yeah. If you look up in the upper, let's see, where's my finger? Once again, I am not used to doing this in front of a camera, so this right here.
Right in here.
That's about the size that a camera should be. People who come to watch virtual tabletop, if you're a gamer and you're watching tabletop games on Twitch or YouTube or wherever you're watching it, you're there to watch the game. You're there to take part in a shared story and a shared adventure, and you kind of want to see what the game is. Now, that's a little different than if people are doing like the LARPing aspect of it. Like if they're doing like a Google Plus or Google Hangouts kind of stream, and everybody's in character, they're dressed in costumes, they're doing that kind of stuff. Then I can understand, people dressing up and more of the real estate on the screen is your camera. If it's more of a theater of the mind style, then more camera is fine. I have never used a camera in my games. So, I mean, honestly, this is the first time I have been seriously on camera. I think I did it once with Schmo when he was interviewing me and how I did my mapping. That was over a year ago. And I did it once during a dungeon design. I sat on camera just to test how the cameras and such worked.
Mm-hmm.
No, GeoDaddy does not have a beard. I actually just shaved an hour ago. So I took all that right off.
Yeah. And Zell, we have love for the Beast Pits.
Yeah, Beast Pits of Ravenna is the opposite game on Sundays. Blood of the Crown is this Sunday. Beast Pits was actually yesterday, and you can watch the VOD for that, as they just got screwed around with a little bit too. It's a lot of fun.
I don't know. Eraser, what were your expectations? How did we shatter them?
Apparently, I was supposed to be naked while we were streaming today. Yeah. Hey, you guys still can't see me from the waist down. I may not be wearing pants still. So, and
Sure.
Susie's missing most of her shirt.
Hey, it's right here.
Oh, yeah.
Shirt. See, shirt.
Yeah, shirt. Dude streams. I know. We're turning GeoQuester gaming into a booby stream now. That's it. I expected a beard. I'm disappointed.
I wear this stuff at work, so why wouldn't I wear it on stream?
Exactly. His shock at the lack of beards. Yeah, true. All right, let's go on to the next one.
Okay. What is the best way to stream Fantasy Grounds game capture or window capture in OBS? If FG Forums Never mind.
All right. I utilize a game capture in OBS to capture fantasy grounds. That way I can stretch it, do anything I want to. I can manipulate it in such a way that it's okay. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Some people do screen capture instead, so that way they can take certain windows of it off and play around with the windows. But I tend not to do that because I open up extra windows and stuff while I'm gaming, and sometimes they open up over the top of my fantasy grounds, and I really don't want everybody to see what I'm doing. It's just personal preference. I mean, if I'm coming to watch a game, I'd rather watch the game than watch every window that somebody's going to open up.
Zell brings up a really good point. Game capture for XSplit.
Yep, used game capture and XSplit. If you're using GameCaster, I think it's called, which is actually a really nice program. My old potato can't run it. That you use, once again, game capture on. I mean, pretty much you use game capture in order to utilize anything in OBS.
Yep. Okay. Now, when should a GM be paid to run a game? Who should pay them? And why? This goes for IRL, which is, for those of you who don't know, is in real life, and stream games. Now, stream games can be anything from Roll20 to Fantasy Grounds, anything like that.
Speaking of Demogorgon, here, let me show off my boobs. There we go.
Boobs.
There we go. Demogorgon. So, all right. It's my Stranger Things t-shirt from Geek Fuel.
Yep.
All right. So, here we go. There is... Thank you, Zell, for cheering. I guess if I show my boobs more, I guess we get cheers. Susie, put them away. You're going to trigger Alira. All right. I'm hearing all sorts of weird noises.
I know. It's strange.
Okay.
Okay, that's awesome.
Wow, OBS crashed. All right. OBS crashed. Give me a minute. Again. All right.
Yeah. It was not my boobs.
Okay, there we go. All right, are we back? You can hear us and see us and everything now?
Yeah, just a little hiccup. Oops. Give us a break here. We're still working.
We're still working the kinks out on this. It's, as I said, we're brand new on the whole camera thing, and Susie's tits crashed the stream.
Yeah. Oops.
Great. Yep. Her boobs are so glorious, the internet cannot contain them. All right. Where were we? All right. Yeah, so we did the game capture one. Now let's go on. Oh, paid GMing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I do not believe that any game master should be paid, ever. Except in one instance, and that's at conventions. And not directly paid, but given like credit towards their badge to get in, or what have you. You know, that kind of thing I'm okay with.
Yes.
But there is no game master out there in this world that is good enough, whether it's Mike Merles himself, who made 5th edition, Chris Perkins, any of them, okay? No, they're not good enough to be paid. It's a game, for God's sake. It's like asking, paying somebody to be on your CSGO team, or, it's just playing somebody to play Monopoly with. I mean, would you pay somebody to play Monopoly or chess or Uno? No, you wouldn't. You would sit down and you'd find somebody to play with, and you'd play with them.
Exactly.
So,
paying to play is...
No. That's a no. That's a big no. And this comes from one of our more recent subscribers. He came over to us after he found out that he was paying $100. He and each person in his group were paying $100 a person per month to a game master to play a game.
I don't think so. Why would you pay that much money when there are games that are better out there that people are running for free? You shouldn't have to pay that much money to play a freaking game. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, no. I am not... Okay, my stream is not monetized in such a way where if any of you who are watching are able to play a game. That just doesn't happen. Will I give preference over one person who's my patron versus somebody who's not, or preference to a sub over somebody who's not? Maybe. But at the same time, the people who are my patrons and who are my subs have been watching Susie and I long enough that they understand, like, hey, look, I play in your games all the time. Go ahead, let somebody else play. Get some new blood in here. Let somebody else play your games. I never, ever force somebody to pay for a game to play with me. Never. Never. And money will never change my mind on that aspect.
Yeah, if you're paying for food and gas to get you somewhere, that's completely different. If you're gaming IRL, it's polite to pitch in for a pizza or something like that, especially if you're going to be gaming for multiple hours at a time.
But that's just like, $20 for, a bunch of people sitting down and eating a pizza together.
That's not $100.
That's not $100 a month.
Fucking month?
Per person.
Per person?
Now, I have 6 players. I have 6 players on my table, okay? Typically in each of my games. And I run for a roughly 4 hours a week. If I ran 10 games at 4 hours a week for 6 people per game, so that's 10, so that'd be 60. That's $6,000 a month I would be making if I charged people like that. Don't look at me that way. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I was gonna say, baby, you need to get in on this.
No, I'm not getting in on this. Susie and I actually had kind of a tongue-in-cheek moment. We're like, baby, now we gotta do this.
$6,000 a month?
No, fuck that. And if any game master tells you that you need to pay him money, beyond the, hey, you need to help buy some groceries, or hey, you need to, replenish this supply or buy the pizza this week. If it's beyond that, where he wants cash money, you can tell them to fuck off. They're not good enough. Fuck them.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, give me a fucking break here. Don't do that shit. That's...
Yeah, I mean, now, okay, it's entirely different. If one of your players decides he wants to give you some money, or she wants to give you some money, to help offset costs, like Tomb of Annihilation just came out. On Fantasy Grounds, it's $26. If my players chip together, if I had 26 players that all chipped together with $1 a pop and paid for it, fine. That's them paying not to play a game, but to say, you know what? My game master deserves something. This is my thank you for him. I understand that. That's fine. If you want to chip in, you want to tip them for it, that's fine. Let them. But to require somebody to pay outside of a convention aspect, fuck you. Fuck you. You're not good enough. Fuck you.
Yep. And the horse you rode in on.
Yes. Yes, you're a very expensive horse that you rode in on. All right, what's next?
Exactly.
I don't like that. I don't like that question. That makes me mad.
All right. Now that we've triggered GeoDaddy, is cam really required for a streamed game? What about those streams that are in full costume and near LARPing? And who is more important to be on cam, the GM or the players?
Okay. To be honest, I think it's actually, if they're going to use cams and people are going to be dressed up, it is more important for the players to be on camera than the game master. Nobody fucking cares about you. You're the game master. Fuck you. You're the game master. Which we will get into a kind of a off-topic, on-topic comment there in a second. You don't need cams. You don't, to run a game. Online, you do not need cams. Now, if it's a group of people, you're sitting around with your friends, you want to see what their reactions are, fine. Use a cam. Or don't use a cam. Doesn't matter. As far as the stream goes, up until today, I have never really... This is the longest I've been on camera since we opened this channel. Which, by the way, today is the technically 1-year anniversary of our channel. We've been live for over that, but we started actually streaming long-term, almost full-time content as of September 10th, 11th last year. So this is why I chose today as the start off of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But in that time period, I've got nearly 500 follows with no camera whatsoever. So no, you don't need a camera. You don't need any of that stuff.
Nope.
Aw, thank you so very much. Be careful about how many of those things you cheer, because I don't know. I think that shit may be crashing my system here. The potato doesn't like it.
Yeah, the potato's really not happy with that. Go figure.
But thank you very much. Now, on topic, off topic, same thing. Streaming versus being a game master who streams. Okay, being a streamer who runs a game versus a game master who streams. Big difference between the two people. A game master who streams is a person who sets the game first. The players come first. It's all about the players, their happiness, their wants, their needs. I'm a game master who streams. I do the streaming thing as a side. I have turned off my stream in the past when it has interfered with games so I could run the game better for my players.
Mm-hmm.
A streamer who runs a game, on the other hand, is a person who will tell you that the stream comes first, the fact that the people who are in chat, while I love the people who are in my chat, the people who are in the chat come before the players, and the stream and the business of the stream comes before the game. Those people are idiots and assholes. I do not have any respect for any one of them whatsoever.
Yeah.
It just isn't the way it is. The game comes first. We're all here to play a game, for God's sake. Little kids play this game. 10-year-olds play this game. When you get to be 30, 40, 50, 60 years old and you're still playing this game and you start taking it so seriously that you're telling people off, you can just go fuck yourself.
You're a bag of dicks.
You're a bag of dick tits. A moldering bag of dick tits.
There you go. Mm.
So don't do that shit anymore. Just be either a streamer who games or a game master who streams. Do not pretend to be the other. And I am a game master who streams. I much prefer my players over the stream. All right, let's go on to the next one.
All right. How do legends and lore? Is Susie on a computer calling you from the same room? Is it two mics, one computer? I am actually literally sitting about 3 feet that way from him. I am on my computer using my mic calling into Discord. What happens when we stream is most of you have seen our rooms on Discord. What happens is we OBS Discord to Twitch. I'm actually on my computer with my setup, and Geo and I are in one room, one of the chat rooms down there. So we're literally just in a chat room. So we're not even really calling each other from the same room. We're just in the same chat room in the same room. And that's how we've done everything in the past, is using Discord as part of our OBS setup.
Yep. Or before that, we used TeamSpeak.
Yeah, before that we used TeamSpeak, and TeamSpeak, TeamSpeak's a little twitchy because sometimes it doesn't always work the way you want it to. I definitely like Discord more. The only thing I liked about TeamSpeak that I don't like about Discord is TeamSpeak had a lot of the like the sound add-ons and stuff like that, and Discord really doesn't have a lot of those.
Discord has bots and stuff that you can utilize, but they use so many resources.
They use resources.
And they still used resources in TeamSpeak, but not nearly as many. So it makes things a lot easier to use TeamSpeak when I wanted to use additional things like sound effects or what have you. Discord, I have a bigger array of things I can utilize, but I can't. My potato can't run it. My potato can't run it. I just can't.
Yeah, I've just noticed that like the bots on Discord tend to take up a lot of resources. They crash a lot. They're royal pains in the asses.
Damn, Lo, he's
God,
back.
Jesus, Lo, my Johan. Okay, let's move on to the next question because this is kind of a.
Yeah.
Do you feel family values have gone out the window when families communicate to each other from the same room via internet? This is very, very touchy because like
We actually recently had a friend of ours, actually a number of friends of ours, who actually got a divorce. They whoa, what we got going on in the background
all
there?
right, guys, chill out, or you're gonna make the potato
The
crash.
potato's
again.
gonna crash again. We had friends of ours who got a divorce. They played World of Warcraft together, and the only way they would speak to each other was through TeamSpeak or Discord. And they were sitting literally 10 feet away from each
Yeah.
other. And that's the only time they ever communicated was when they were raiding or in a dungeon together or questing together. That was the only time they ever did anything. Outside of the game, they had nothing to talk about except game. And they got a divorce.
Yeah.
So Susie and I, even though we are both in the game together at the same time on, utilizing Discord or TeamSpeak or what have you, we always will lean over to each other off of the mic and we'll talk to each other away from it, and we'll hold hands, we'll give each other a kiss. We always are constantly reaffirming the fact that we have something to say outside of gaming as well as inside gaming. And as many of you know who watch Return of the Wraithborn, our oldest son, Alex, he plays as well.
Yes.
And he plays from his room upstairs. And he will come downstairs during break time, before the game, after the game, and converse with us and talk to us about things. He woke me up at 5 o'clock this morning wanting to know if I wanted to go for a run with him. So these are the kinds of things that if you're going to be a couple or a family, brothers and sisters, or, fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, what have you, if you're going to be together playing games online and you're going to stream them or not stream them or what have you, you need to be able to reaffirm the fact that you're a family outside of the game and you have something to speak about later on and away from everybody else.
If you can't do that, you really need to stop gaming until you figure out how to be able to communicate without a microphone in front of your face or a headset on. You really need to.
Yeah. Oh, and on another note, we'll go to the same basic thing: is you can't utilize gaming to stay together either. You cannot say,
Jesus
"Oh, look at
Christ.
my character is married to your character, and we are married in real life.
No.
So therefore, we're together while we're in the game, and that's our quality time." No. You can't say that's your quality time.
No.
You need to have quality time away from everybody else. Your relationship, when you got married or you said yes to this person to be their significant other, or what have you, that is between you.
Yeah, you weren't saying I do, but as long as we're still gaming together and stuff like that. If you'll notice, one of the things that Gio and I have never done is we have never played the married couple.
We did once.
Well, once, but it really wasn't.
But we were so at odds with each other in the game on purpose. I mean, I was an Asamar Hexblade. You were a Tiefling Paladin. And so we were dead opposites anyway, and we meant to be dead opposites. That was the kind of the whole point, was the fact that we were in a terrible relationship in the game because it was fun for Susie and I to be in a terrible relationship in the game.
Yeah, but that was like the only time.
But we've never played any sort of related or long-term anything.
Yeah, no, we don't.
We flirted with we flirted with each other idea-wise kind of thing, but we've never had any sort of.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I don't know, makes our gaming experience unique.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah, and people find it absolutely ridiculous that I'll run a game and Susie's in it, and their characters will flirt with Susie's characters, and hers will flirt back. And they're like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." Why?
Why?
It's a character. She's not flirting with you. She's
flirting with your character.
Her character's flirting with your character. That's another thing. You got to separate your character from your person. You are not your character, and especially in online games, people get a little touchy online when it comes to how relationships work inside a game. They take it too far. This is why we see WoW marriages and all sorts of weird shit happen. People take the idea of being able to be open and honest, because you can be more open and honest online in this anonymous context than you can be by meeting somebody face to face. And by doing things like that, it mixes your feelings up. You got to be careful. Don't think that you're falling for somebody just because your character is falling for somebody. Separate it. You're not your character. Please separate it.
Yeah, because no.
No. Yeah, just no.
Just no.
All right, I think we've gotten into the uncomfortable
Okay.
things. People, I think, are squirming in their seats right now.
All right. Let's see here. Home game versus stream game. How much really has to change, and where are the goalposts for the streamed game? I don't think really a lot.
There's
has
not
to
really change. There's no real change.
Okay.
The electronic aspect makes game masters need to learn new things online.
Well, I'm thinking you don't have the same like face-to-face stuff with the stream games that you do with the homebrews.
That's true.
Or
That's
home
true.
games. You really don't have that, because if you're one of those GMs who's so used to running home games and you base everything off like the physical reactions of your players, then yeah, switching over to a stream game is going to be a little bit dicey, only because it's going to be a new element that you're really not used to. Same thing with if you're used to running stream games and you switch over to home games. Again, it's going to be a little dicey because you're not used to having to base everything off a physical reaction from a player. There have been games that Geo has run at home where one person is they're uncomfortable with what's going on, whether it be we have a guy who's arachnophobic. He doesn't like spiders at all. Geo
I don't know what you're speaking of.
Geo likes to throw giant spiders at the guy. The guy visibly shudders every single time. But it's part of the gameplay, and you can kind of start rolling things off of that when you have that physical reaction. If you're running a stream game, you kind of have to. It's more theater of the mind. You have to kind of picture what your players' reactions are based on the tone of their voice. Whether they are still talking or if they become really, really quiet during a situation. Stuff like that. You have to base it off more of a vocal than a physical.
Another thing, I actually, believe it or not, I have noticed that there is a slight difference between a home game and an online game, is the amount of table talk. Table talk, go ahead and pick one. Table talk doesn't happen as much online. It's more in-game. Your 4 hours is a good solid 4 hours of pretty much 100% gaming. You might have the occasional peanut gallery comment or, a little tee-hee guffaw for like a few seconds. But all in all, you're pretty set when it comes to these kinds of things. At home games, I'll run an 8-hour-long game, and I think we get maybe an hour's worth of gaming done, give or take.
It depends who am I sitting next to.
You're not allowed to sit next to anybody. Susie's been banned from sitting next to pretty much everybody who comes to our house because she's very, very bad. She gets things instigated so fast.
I instigate nothing. It is all their fault. They poke me.
They poke you?
They poke me.
Really? Like the whole butt pointing incident?
Murdusk started that. I don't want to hear it. Yeah. How about the entire game session conversed around the word taint?
Now, that was my fault. I will never use the word taint in a game again. Now it's all corruption. It's never going to be used taint again. That was 6 hours of taint. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. But, yeah, I mean, there's a lot less table talk online. But at the same time, we have things like Discord communities and other kind of stuff. So we get our table talk out doing that kind of stuff. I mean, we've had all sorts of really strange, weird shit happen while we've been in our Discord. If you do not belong to our Discord, one of my mods, please go ahead and post it right now. It's flippin' hilarious. The Discord is funny. And like you saw in the warning at the beginning of the show, if you're hashtag safe space crybabies, you are not going to survive. I'm sorry. You will not survive my Discord. We are pretty aggressive.
Move along.
And don't really deal with that shit very
Move
well.
along.
But, alright, so, Susie, what'd you pick?
I picked Caveman Craig.
Okay, Caveman Craig. Alright, here, let me see. Hold it up. Hold her up. It's upside down. Alright, so we're giving away a copy of Caveman Craig, which comes off of Steam. We're giving away one copy of this. So, let me go ahead and start this up.
You know you want it.
You get your first ticket for free. Subscribers have a ×5 chance of being able to win. But go ahead and enter if you wish to win Caveman Craig. I'll let this run for a few minutes. We'll say, what, 10 minutes? 10 minutes sound good? All right. 20 tickets have been purchased already. Wow. Somebody really wants Caveman Craig. Susie! Not paying any attention. Apparently she slid it in her cleavage.
Yes, I did.
So, Murdusk and the Little Bit are doing fantastic. They just celebrated the 1-year anniversary of the entire ordeal.
Yep, Shaw getting his wife getting pregnant, the whole 9 yards.
Yep. So they just celebrated that. So that's absolutely amazing. We're really, really happy about that. So be sure to follow them there. Matter of fact, be sure to follow us, everybody. Here we go. Here we go. Let's just do the social bit. There. What the fuck are you doing to me, woman?
I don't know. I'm having fun.
You're clubbing me.
Yes.
Over the head.
Yes.
With a caveman's club.
Yes.
Never do that to a woman and drag her by the feet. She fills with
Fill
rocks.
up with dirt.
All right, so we're gonna let the giveaway run until 9:45, and then we'll have a different giveaway. So we'll pull our winner, and then we'll have a different giveaway for another game. Alrighty, let's see here. What platforms can I use to play tabletop games? There's lots of platforms.
Oh my god, there's so many platforms.
Go ahead, Susie.
So many platforms. Okay, now if you're talking about VTT, which is a virtual tabletop,
I think that's what they mean by platform.
I hope so. Oh my god, there's Fantasy Grounds, there's Roll20, there's Google Meetup, which you
Google Hangouts.
Google Hangouts, that's it. Where you can actually just sit on your computer and game, which is what the rest of us fucking do.
Right.
There's Skype. You can actually play over Skype, believe it or not.
Yeah. Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah, Tabletop Simulator. What was that one I was on with Frank and
That was Google Hangouts.
Was that Google Hangouts? So there's, look it up. You play on Yahoo fucking.
Yahoo Games has a room for it.
There you go.
Yahoo Games has a room for it that has a dice roller. There's a dice roller in Google Hangouts. But our choice for our channel is Fantasy Grounds, which, by the way, we are sponsored by Fantasy Grounds, by Smiteworks USA Ltd. As we mentioned earlier, Doug Davison, the president of Smiteworks, is one of my players right now in Tales from the Yawning Portal. And every month, he allows us to give away one standard license copy of Fantasy Grounds to one lucky viewer. So I give it away during the same week that we have a special guest, which is the last show of the month. I don't remember the date off the top of my head for the last show.
It's like the 28th.
25th.
25th.
2 weeks from today. The 25th is our last show for the month of September. We'll have a Fantasy Grounds giveaway then for a standard license copy. Our special guest that day is John 4 of roleplayingtips.com. He's going to be stopping by, visiting us, and we're going to be talking about game design and world design and how you get campaigns working and all sorts of stuff. If you haven't gone to roleplayingtips.com yet, definitely get over there so that way they can, you can sign up for their newsletter. It's free. He sends out emails to you, I think 2 or 3 times a week,
Yeah, something
with
like that.
great GM tips and stuff like that. So definitely be sure to check him out. He's come over to our show every once in a while, and he's watched our show a couple times. So great guy. Are we still talking about the same thing? Yes, actually, we will be talking about that. Okay, so virtual tabletops. We get a lot of questions about virtual tabletops over in Discord. And we actually get arguments about them on which is better, whether it's Fantasy Grounds or Roll20 or D20 Pro, Virtual Tabletop Simulator, let's see, Google Hangouts, YouTube Gaming, Facebook Gaming, Yahoo Gaming. I mean, there's so many things out there at this point. I mean, we got D&D Beyond now that technically is kind of sort of virtual tabletop-ish kind of thing. You can't really do too terribly much with it yet, but you can. They all have their pros and cons. Fantasy Grounds, the pro is the fact that it's all automated and relatively user-friendly once you get the hang of it. It's very user-friendly. The pros of, we'll say, Roll20, which is, the big two at the moment are Fantasy Grounds and Roll20. The big pro for Roll20 is the fact that it's browser-based, so it's available to anybody. And the fact that it has a low startup cost. You can log right in and start right off. It's not difficult. But the downsides of both. Programming in Fantasy Grounds requires you understand XML. Sometimes the modules can be a little expensive, and sometimes it can be a little bit expensive to get into the game, which is, the ultimate license does cost over $100. But it's a one-time fee. You buy it, you're done. Roll20. In order to get some of the good bells and whistles out of Roll20, you got to pay a subscription fee. And that subscription fee can go upwards of over $100 a year that you're paying.
Depending on what you want to get out of it.
Right.
Keep in mind, for both platforms, you still need to buy modules and stuff like that, unless you code them yourself.
Right.
Which I don't think you can in Roll20.
No, you can still code them yourself in Roll20. It's just, it's not difficult to do.
So if you don't know how to code, you're spending even more money with both programs to buy modules, books, etc., etc., etc. So
now, here's the thing. People like to say that you can do this for free, that for free. There's big differences in what free is. Somebody's paying something down the line somewhere, and you've got to be very careful about what you say is free. Roll20 is not free. To utilize the platform to run a basic, everyday, no bells, no whistles type of game, it is not free. Well, it has no cost to you specifically. If you want to run a decent campaign that has the player's handbook, the DMG, the monster manual, if you want to use those things and you want to have enough space to be able to put your maps and all of your encounters and stuff together, you got to pay for it. Sorry, this is the way it works. You got to pay for it. If you're going to run an itty-bitty little game that's based on the basic, or the quote-unquote the SRD, the Systems Rules Document, which is the freebie document, which is, by the way, not all the rules, then you got it for free. But otherwise, no, you're not going to be running anything for free. Sorry. If you're thinking you're running, Tomb of Annihilation for absolutely for free, no, you're not running it for absolutely for free. It just doesn't work that way. And no. Yeah, there may be, yes, there are ways around it. But I'm talking about legally and for any generic user. I'm not talking about people who get around the system. I'm talking about people who work inside the system. Anybody can get anything for free. I can get Fantasy Grounds for free. It happens, okay? Stay within the box of generic everybody's. Don't try to go outside the box. So, but that's the way it goes.
Yep, 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 yep.
All right. So, what we got? Any more questions? Or oh, wait. We gotta do our giveaway. Let me do our giveaway first.
Yep. Do our giveaway.
Okay. So, we are drawing our winner right now. We had 42 tickets purchased. Draw our winner. Okay, so close the giveaway. Draw a winner. Zell, you have won the copy of. Go ahead and throw that thing back up there. You have won
Caveman Craig!
Awesome.
Caveman Craig! Caveman Craig!
All right. Message me in Discord or SusieQ in Discord, and we'll get you the code. All right. Now we will do giveaway number. She's rubbing it on her boobs again. Help. She's rubbing it on her boobs again.
You like it. Shut up.
Whatever. All right. Let's do another one. What's this one, Susie, that we're going to be running?
Okay, this one is Space Jack.
Space Jack.
Space Jack. I'm not a really big fan of this one, so I'm not going to stick it anywhere it shouldn't be. Maybe.
You'll lick it. Chew on it. Oh, Susie. Okay. So, what's even funnier is the fact that you're doing this kind of stuff, and it's the girls who are buying all the tickets. Space Dad, yeah, space. All right.
Look,
anyway.
I'll even use it to cover up.
Okay, there you go. She's covered her cleavage. That's cool. Thanks, Hal. Oh, jeepers, Christmas. All right. So, do we have any additional questions for us?
PM GeoDaddy.
Yeah, you can. Don't call me GeoDaddy on screen, please.
PM GeoQuester.
Thank you. Yeah. Just private message me either here or in Discord, so we can do that. Oh, while we are at it, I just want to let everybody know about a convention that's coming up. It's called TsunamiCon. In-person convention.
Okay. Where?
It is here. I'll put the link into.
We even have a couple of our peeps who are going to be at TsunamiCon.
Yeah, there is going to be a number of games that are going to be run online. It's an in-person convention with an online component, just like KoboldCon was last year.
Yep.
My game is full. I have Matt Forbeck, who is let's see if I remember everything. He's an award-winning role-playing game designer and a New York Times best-selling author. And I have Brad. Oh boy, my brain has stopped working. But he is the CEO and owner of TPK Games, Total Party Kill Games. The two of them are going to be playing on my table, and I have a full table. However, there are a number of people who are still looking for players. We've got things like a Call of Cthulhu 7th edition game called Deadlight, and the GM for that is Morgan Hua. We have a 5th edition D&D game called Lost Halls of Everforge, who's being GM'd by our very own Zelakar.
Yep. Yeah. Our one of our favorite Iron Maidens.
Yeah, one of our favorite Iron Maidens. And that's going to be in Fantasy Grounds that she does it. We don't know about the Call of Cthulhu game, what they're doing that in. And then there's a Pathfinder game called Ship of Fools that is being done in Roll20 by Casey Rift. So definitely, there's plenty of spaces open. There are plenty of things open. Rob Tui is running a game. Duffy from Praetor's Rejects is running a game. Zell's running games. Casey Rift is running games. I don't know if Schmo is running or not. I don't think he is. I think he's getting some other stuff ready.
I don't think I saw anything for him.
Yep. But it's fun. I mean, these conventions are a lot of fun. And I can't stress enough how much fun they are. One of the things that we're going to be doing with this show is every month we're going to sit down and we're going to tell you what's coming up in the next month in a convention calendar. As you noticed at the beginning of this show, there wasn't a lot of animation like there has been for a couple of other shows. That's because Susie and I wanted to do our face reveal live before we do anything else. And the animations that we have put in place and are almost done have our faces in them. So we wanted to do that later. We're going to have reviews for games here in this. We are going to be doing special shout-outs to different things, convention calendars, upcoming games, with game masters who stream all over the place, like Lazy Stooner and Urash and Rob Tui and Schmo and all the different Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. We're going to have all those guys, and we're going to have lots and lots of guests coming. So we're really looking forward to having a lot of fun with all of you and to honestly play more games and enjoy ourselves. I know that was a Will Wheaton tagline there, play more games. But I'm not gonna steal his tag.
Fuck it, I will. Play more games. Will Wheaton challenged me. Come on, buddy. Bring it.
Oh, God. Don't start a fight with Will Wheaton, please.
I'm not starting a fight with Will Wheaton. Are you kidding me? He's like one of my freaking heroes. Will fucking Wheaton.
That's true. That's true. Okay. So, all right, we're going to let this this giveaway go for a few more minutes. Does anybody... Oh, play more games. That's what it is. Does anybody have anything? Yes. Make gaming great again. That was mine. Yep. Make gaming great again. Yeah, just hashtag that. I'm I'm over 40 years old, and I'm throwing hashtag signs. That was just wrong. That was just wrong right there. All right. So let's figure out how much longer to say. Does everybody think they've got their
All right.
Woo! Thank you, Stooner, for the host.
Stooner!
All right, we've been running this for about 6 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to close up the giveaway here. Any second now. Anybody else who wants anything?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Awesome. All right, so the giveaway is now closed. Let me draw a winner.
Doo-doo-doo.
Ooh!
Ooh! Euroka Cage.
Actually, you can call her by her name. She's a maiden. Can you tell me which maiden she is?
That be... Oh, her name begins with a C. I can't remember if it's Casey or Cassidy.
Cassie.
Cassie. Thank you.
Yep.
Cassie! PM me, babe. I get you your shit.
Yep.
Remember, Space Jack.
Yeah, Space Jack. And it has been in Susie's cleavage. So
it has been.
It has been in her cleavage.
And
so
I did it.
And she bit it and licked it.
Yep, my teeth marks are around the corner.
Yep. You will only be getting the number off it. You're not going to actually be getting too much of anything else. Oh my God, I've got messages over here.
See? Dee.
Okay, did verify to it. Oh, okay. So if somebody is in chat right now and it says it's giving you a kickback message saying that you need to be verified in order to speak, that means you have to be a follower. And I do believe we have double verifications involved. So just double check your email to see if there's something in your email from Twitch.
Yep.
Let me see. GeoDaddy and Mommy Susie. Why did you give my dwarf blue sapphire eyes due to Big Fart Mom and her babies in the last Beast Pits? You have to wait, hell! That's what I say. Wait! All will be revealed. All will be revealed.
And just so you know, the only reason I'm coming up with the, encounters...
But which, by the way, Mommy Susie had absolutely nothing to do with your blue sapphire eyes. That was all me. And it has something to do with plot.
No. I'm busy fucking with Johan's game because
Well, Hell is in Johan's game.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm too busy fucking with that, please. The frogmen, that was all me. The flumps from yesterday, me again. Just wait, I've got like fucking juju zombies and shit like that coming at you.
You don't need, we should put spoiler across the screen.
We should.
We should. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our hour. Our hour is now up. Once again, we are always available to you in Discord. Be sure to follow. Subscribe if you would like. We are good with that because, to be honest, Susie and I need to have a new potato. That's what's going to happen is I need to buy myself a new potato very, very soon. This one's dying.
We'll get there, guys. Don't worry. We'll get him a new potato.
Yep. Wait till Susie creates an encounter of a vampire. No, because if it's a vampire, it's going to sparkle. It'll be like the Liberace of vampires.
Just because I hate Twilight so much and I want you guys to kill it. Just
true.
Murder hobo that bitch.
So, all right. So for myself and for little Miss SusieQ over here, I'd like to thank everybody for coming today. We'll see everybody tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern for Dungeon Design, where we continue working on some of the Hell's Bridge maps. So I will see everybody then. Bye.